What is up, fellas? Hopefully all is well. Madden NFL 12. Again, the last PlayStation 2 Madden. Peyton Hillis on the cover. And funny enough, we're going to be facing Peyton Hillis this week with David Garrard. David Garrard. What the fuck is this, huh? Fucking law-abiding citizen with Jamie Foxx and Gerard Butler? No, David Garrard and company. The Colts, we lost to him actually in what was a nice shootout earlier on in the year. Again, with this Cam Newton offense, Sean McCoy, tons of weapons on this offense for us. But looking at divisional round after the win in the wild card round, that's just how competitive it was at the top for the AFC. We had a top team, still didn't cut it out for getting a first week bye. Oakland ends up it was a 23-0 the end of the first half. Ended up winning by 27 points, so still outscored by 4 points in the second half. Nice win right there by Peyton Manning and the Raiders. That will be the team waiting to see who's going to be the winner between this week's matchup and a rematch, a nice rematch between two top MVP candidates, David Garrard with the Colts, Deshaun Jackson and company, Pierre Garçon with the Colts, in which he was on the Colts obviously at this time. And we also mentioned Peyton Manning. That's the funny thing with these fantasy franchises. Now, looking at the NFC matchup again, we're the third matchup of 4 in this divisional playoff round, so we're not going to get any results yet from the final one, but we are the third one up next, Tampa Bay. So 2 games that just no competition for the most part. Looked like a pretty good game in the first half of this one, at least 14-10, but however though, outscoring New York, Tampa Bay outscoring them 21-3 to end up winning by 22 points. So a huge second half right there. Pretty much pull away at that point. You got Quentin Jammer, Brian Cushing and company, Luis Castillo, one of the 3-4 kind of technique guys on the edge of that Chargers defense back in the day. So going up against the Colts, we're looking at 2 teams. I mean, number 1 offense in all of football. Makes sense. Cam Newton has been a beast. This team is full of a very exciting rookie class last year, and now we get to face a very exciting offense. The defense, I can't really say they're going to measure up too well against this passing attack Cam Newton company has with Dez Bryant and Greg Olsen. But Peyton Hillis, David Garrard, they got a 99 overall Deshaun Jackson, which you know his speed is basically 99 at that point. Chris Cooley, low-key right there at tight end. Decent offensive line. I know you got Josh Sitton, one of the better guards you end up seeing for the Packers later on. Ty Warren, Gig'em. And then Vernon Golston, we have him in Madden 09, and what a fall from grace. A guy that eventually moves to DN like we moved him from outside linebacker, who would play more of a 3-4 technique, kind of what you see with Derek Johnson, what Terrell Suggs played for most of his career, that type of player. And it just didn't pan out. I mean, he's a beast with James Laurinaitis in that Ohio State team, but just didn't cut out. But let's see if it cuts out for this team. It's not starting for him, but let's see if his team, the Indianapolis Colts, going up against the Buffalo Bills here in the divisional round. A team, the Buffalo Bills, like I said, very, very young. I drafted very, very young with this team. 13-4 against a 12-4 team. Only reason we have a better record is because they won the tiebreaker, and we find ourselves in the wild card round with 1 extra game played. It was a nice win indeed for this Bills team, and we're kind of licking our chops. We're just going to have to decide more so on the defensive side of the ball if we're going to win this game or not. And just right there, Peyton Hillis trying to set the scene, and this defense sets the scene most definitely at the beginning of this game. D'Amico Ryans and company, Rogers, Cromartie. We have Antonio Cromartie on the other side. It's going to be a quick 3-and-out for this Bills defense, setting up now pretty much taking the advantage away from the Colts from scoring first on this one. And then Shady McCoy just pulling nice little plays. A little shady right there by Shady McCoy, getting out of bounds. Could have probably gotten an extra 10-15 yards, but Gronkowski's older brother, I believe, at fullback. Nice little catch right there. So a couple of checkdowns to start this game. But this offense is rolling down the field. Shady McCoy now about 9 or 10 yards. Going to set up 3rd and inches. Going to be Steve Slayton out of West Virginia. Going to get that first down. 1st and 10 now. Play, action, play. And he's going to throw it to his man. One of the best verticals in football at the time. Dez Bryant sets up out there. Like I said, this defense really can't do anything against this offense. So it's going to be more so Can we just be consistently controlling the time of possession as we move down the field? And also, too, can we be efficient with our drives? Can we get points for, like, at least most of our drives except for one or two? But right there, just unfortunate. That should have been picked off by Mr. Tenar Jackson. It's going to be a first down for Chris Cooley. And I say low-key because this man ends up having a pretty good game. And, I mean, he has... Just overall, though, I mean, you look at Deshaun Jackson, Pierre Garçon, they carved us up last time. I'm pretty sure both of them had over 100 yards, maybe even upwards of 250 yards combined for both of them. But right here, an important holding call by Mr. Carey on that one. But however, though, Peyton Hillis, we talk about their passing attack, but again, they literally have the fucking cover athlete at running back on this team. And poor angle right there, I take with Ernie Sims. Maybe if it was rookie Ernie Sims or Madden 09 Ernie Sims, it would have been a little bit better, considering how good he was rated coming out of college, out of Florida State. But it is what it is. It's going to be a touchdown. Fortunately enough, we already do win the coin toss by scoring first, and yet we're going to receive second in this game. Nice run by Shady McCoy. Again, the offense is rolling. About 9 yards on that run. Make it an additional 4 or 5. Nice first down by Shady. And it's going to be a play action. Another check down, but hey, I mean, it's kind of cheap shit with the DeMarco Murray, Tony Romo type stuff that one season when DeMarco Murray was having a ton of all-purpose yards. But fellas, I mean, if they're going to give it to you, just take it. It's just easy like 5 to 10 yards at least when you have plays like that. And of course, when I'm talking shit like that, we end up having to punt away. It's going to be Colts ball. Nice move by Garrard on that one. It's going to set up a first down. But Deshaun Jackson later on the drive, third down, not able to convert. Going to be Bills ball. Nice run to the outside by Shady McCoy. Nice highlight move. Should earn him about 3 extra yards on the play. 7 yards on that one. Incomplete pass on the previous play. But right here, a man of the day, Dez Bryant, getting things done. Beautiful, beautiful move. Hey, was it a mixture of poor tackling as well? Yes, but this is a video game, folks. We've already seen how I play Madden NFL 2004. It is what it is. I'm glad to see that the other team's going to do some shitty tackling themselves. But speaking of good tackling, but it's unfortunately after a first down play by Deshaun Jackson. Now it's Colts ball. Peyton Hillis getting 5 yards. He was highly efficient in this game. I feel just considering we're scoring a lot of points, puts a lot more pressure on them having to throw the ball a little bit more than maybe safe keeps. Considering Peyton Hillis was just off the charts in this game, in my opinion. It's going to be a sack, though, by the Colts. Going to be Colts ball, 14-7. Now inside the 2-minute warning, and nice catch by Chris Cooley. Must be wearing those Reebok gloves like in that commercial in which he was punching through the 2x4 right there. And it's going to be another first down for that Colts team with the run on the next play. And then a nice, I guess you could consider it a sack, even though the video game's not going to call it a sack. I thought it was more so a scramble, so I don't think it was a design play by the quarterback, but it is what it is. He gets held up, and an incomplete pass down the middle is going to set up Nate Keating out of the University of Iowa. Very, very consistent kicker over the years in this era. And then immediately at the end of the second half on this drive, Dez Bryant, they couldn't hold him. They couldn't hold him. Their cornerback was a rookie. His awareness isn't there. But also, too, it's just his speed either. But right here, if that's not in the two-minute warning, fellas, I'm going to be calling a coach's challenge on that. But it is what it is. 38-yarder to end the half. Kind of mostly set up by a huge, huge play by Dez Bryant. And what has been pretty much mostly a Dez Bryant type day to help out Cam Newton on this. But right here, just Cam Newton doing Cam Newton type things. And Cam Newton video games. Because let's be honest, I don't think he's going to throw that accurate of a ball, even if he's standing still in real life. But we're going to take advantage of it after a very successful rookie campaign that led to, I believe, number 2 in the MVP voting. We will find out at the end of the postseason how he ended up this year. He's definitely up there as well. But it's going to be Colts ball now. Still a one-possession game. Beautiful. Beautiful catch. I know it's Deshaun Jackson, but it looked like Marvin Harrison right there in that Colts jersey. It's going to be a first down, and then immediately another first down by Peyton Hillis on that run. And then Chris Cooley, nice open field tackle by Jackson. Putting on the hat. And then beautiful pursuit right here by Von Miller, and I believe that is D'Amico Ryan. It's going to be Bills' ball yet again. And then a man you haven't really heard of, but just like in real life, Greg Olsen. Very, very trusty. Has been a very common guy to be pretty much a safety blanket for Cam Newton at this point. But I think you'll have an idea of the play that's coming up after this because I didn't edit it out perfectly, but he already beat his man. Safety's not going to be able to catch that up top, and it's going to be another touchdown for Des Bryant. Make that 3 touchdowns for Des Bryant. The man, I mean, very uncharacteristic. Not the touchdowns. Not beating his man down the field or out jumping anybody. Uncharacteristic of him to just give the ball to the ref. Just showing some class, but showing class while he's kicking ass. And then speaking of kicking ass, once this guy turns the corner, Deshaun Jackson, I mean, it's like the Meadowlands punt return. You're not catching this guy. You're not catching this guy at his top speed. Beautiful move on the outside, mixed with also some poor pursuit right there by Antonio Rogers-Cromartie. And it's going to lead to a tight-knit game yet again. It was 2 possessions, but back down to 1, and we're on the road, so you can imagine that I at least have my guard up a little bit. But we're going to try our best at this point not to be conservative with it. Still 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Shady McCoy with a nice run on the outside. Beautiful move. Tried to get the stiff arm. Never know what could have happened. Maybe would have been pushed out of bounds anyways. But still, Greg Olsen now on the outside right here. Nice first down by this man. Now 1st and 10 later on in the drive. Could have been the immediate next play. And then Cam Newton just doing Cam Newton things right here. One thing to build upon is his awareness. But hey, it's only his 2nd year in the league. The dude's a beast. Okay? It's just... we've been doing this quarterback vision enough to where it's not going to make too much of a difference, even though it's fun to play with Michael Vick with that type of shit. But it is what it is. Utilizing the man's athleticism and size again, Cam Newton gets the quarterback sneak, and then this might be the play of the game right here. Des Bryant, we've been showing the man all day. Again, a mix of poor tackling, but I don't give a shit. He outruns his first player, breaks that tackle, then technically gets another broken tackle with the stiff arm, runs past. Which was kind of mixed a little bit with the fact that his player on the same team, other wide receiver, gets a nice block. I don't know who it was. Can't get a nice call out on that one. But it leads to a 4th touchdown. We talk about Cam Newton having 4 touchdown passes. Every single one of them has gone to Des Bryant at this point, and this offense just continues to roll. It's their ball again. Nice 7-yard run. Shady McCoy trying to get to the outside. We know where his skill set thrives, but unfortunately not able to do it. And then a bad judgment, but fortunate for us. It's going to be jumped a little bit early by that linebacker, and it's going to lead to another nice play by Des Bryant. And then here we go, another huge play. And at this point, you have to feel way, way more comfortable than we were before. Again, it was only a 1-possession game. But just like that, when your offense is playing a defense that's just not that good, we end up scoring 14 points in the matter of like half a quarter. And then another opportunity, just like earlier, D'Amico Ryans could have had 2 picks. That could have been a pick 6. But, I mean, who am I bitching to at this point? We're up by, 21 points. So, what I can pretty much going into this thing, that was to be extremely close game. I know there's holding right here by Mr. Joseph, one of the solid offensive linemen of the 2000s in college football for Oklahoma. A guy who's definitely on a decent amount of my teams just because, it's just, he ends up showing up later in drafts and he's easier to draft and he's a young player as well. But it is what it is. But Pierre Garçon, nice catch on this one. It's not going to be the end of the day for highlights when it comes to the Colts, but pretty much at this point, the end of the day for the Colts. 4 catches, 52 yards. I'm sure it's over 100 yards by Deshaun Jackson, but hey, at least we can sit there, and maybe this game could have been a little bit different had maybe Pierre Garçon had, the 10 or 11 catches he had just the last time we played earlier on in the season. But I'm impressed. I think it was also playing on the road against this team. Of course, they're the division winners of their division compared to us, and we got to deal with facing them again on the road. But right here, Pierre Garçon actually almost gets caught up after taunting us. It's very interesting as to why that would be the case. But like I said, it is what it is at this point. I don't give a shit. Darius Hayward-Bay, a man that really just never gets his name called out. For the most part, I know he's technically a deep threat, but the man can't catch worth a shit. Maybe we can find someone that's his same height. similar speed. You can't really find the same speed. That's why he got drafted in the first round, is simply because he ran a 4.3. We find out quickly that's another case of that doesn't really mean a shit in the NFL. But what means a shit is having Cam Newton, Shady McCoy, obviously Des Bryant, and then Greg Olsen. As always, fellas, see y'all next time.